I'm so hopelessly addicted. This is the only game you're ever going to see ever again. But we're seeing this strategy unfold. The first thing I'm going to do is simply buy an incrementer, which means I need to save up some money, and that's just pure rolling. I'm actually going to increment off the 1, and then we're going to reroll and look for more things just like that. A reroller could actually be good this early on if attached to an incrementer as well. So we'll save up for that real quick, shouldn't take long. So that's going there. Hopefully that's going to help it incrementalize upwards quicker. Then I think I might just want a shop upgrade at this point. We'll just run for that as quick as we can. We've already gone through 100 rolls, but the first few hundred are always just like this. Nothing exciting. So the shop upgrade gave us a second die, and now we get to see what we have to work with here. I don't love any of these. I would much rather have an incrementer. So we're going to go for a reroll, and we rerolled into, again, nothing I like. So we're going to go for another reroll, and that's happening faster and faster because our dice are growing. There's another half incrementer. We're going to go ahead and buy that for 146. We'll have that soon enough. I'll put that on die number 2. That can replace the 1 that we were losing a bad value. And now at least this die has one at 16. We'll do one more refresh at this tier, and then we're going to hunt for a store upgrade. This is a little more like it. There's 6 half incrementers. That costs 900. That won't take that long to hit anyway. Because we're going to be making quite a bit per roll potentially. So half incrementers can go entirely over this, so those are all going up in value. We get a free reroll. Next we're going to do upgrade the shop, that way we can get a third die and also hopefully get incrementers all over those. So shop upgrade, there's our third die. We need incrementers for that as well, but we're going to reroll. We also have a re-roller die, which is interesting. I've never even seen one of these. 3 times adjacency when rolled. I'm actually going to keep that for now. I might want to add that onto one of our die. Or simply rather add a die that can do that. So we're going to roll it out here until we can afford that. That's going to be expensive, but I think worth the wait. I've determined it wasn't. I need more incrementers, but I need entire die incrementers at this point. Well, here's a whole half incrementer die, so that one's just going to increment itself. We still have 2,000 spins, so that's perfectly fine. I'm going to reroll for now, looking for those incrementers. That's going to cost 1,700, but that means all of my die will be fully incremented. They'll all go up to 9999. Minus 19. So incremented. This one isn't fully, but we'll increment that whole thing. We still need to find another incrementer for the last die. But now as we roll, at least the numbers are getting bigger. There's 39, 29, 60, 38, 58, and that goes up every 2 spins. There's 6 regular incrementers. These aren't even half incrementers. So now every spin, those are going up. So next we'll do the shop upgrade. That's going to cost 6,000, but we'll just spin for that right now. The value of things are just going up the more we spin, so let's just let it spin. There's a shop upgrade. Another die. That's going to need incrementers as well, of course. We have 6 half incrementers for 3,200. I will actually accept that for now. That's better than nothing, and we can replace them with full incrementers later. Given the amount of money we're already making, that's not going to be too hard to do. Oh, that was an incremental die, wasn't it? That's okay. We can have an extra one full of incrementers. We also probably want this. The value of all doubles is increased by 100%. We can have a lot of doubles if they're all 999. So we'll spin away until we grab that. That shouldn't take too long to make that kind of money. The thousands are ticking by. So doubles is increased by 100%. We don't have anything at 99 yet, but they're on their way. We'll do a reroll and look for more incrementers. So here's another incremental die in total. We probably want that. Just because it's another... We still haven't found the incrementers for an individual die, but maybe we can get a 3x3 grid of 99s. Maybe I should have rerolled for incrementers earlier, because they're surprisingly hard to find suddenly. You know, this is kind of interesting. The value of all numeric faces will now be multiplied by 50 times. However, any rolled non-numeric faces will have no value. So we can't build any other multipliers, but our flat numbers will go up quickly. That is going to cost 50,000. I think that will be worth it. So we're just going to run straight for that. That's expensive now, but that will pay dividends. And this is just boosting all of our numbers up quite a bit, except for our one stupid die that doesn't have incrementers. Okay, so let's go ahead and buy that. Now when we roll, the value is 15,400. 20,000, 15,000, you get the idea. So we just need lots of die with lots of numbers. We can add 69 hilariously just to one like that. There's a 96, we'll put that there. So we can just flat place a bunch of numbers. So I simply need more die. I need die generators, everything. Add 5 dice with a numeric 1 on every face. That should be good, shouldn't it? I mean... They're going to add some value, not a great deal, but I mean, that's still adding 50 actually, so that is pretty good. Then there's a multiplier factor into that. Say we put a 5 times multiplier on that one. Like, I know the face doesn't change, but do some of these other numbers actually, will that make a difference? We'll wait till it pops up and take a look. So we got 25,000 just for that one. I think the 5 times multiplier hit that because the 50 times multiplier put it to 5,000. 5 times that is 25,000. So that's good to know. I also need a lot more die. This one's also good. Attach all 2 times rerollers. This attaches rerollers to all sides of a die. So we'll put it on that one. Should probably upgrade the shop as well. That's going to give me another die to work with. Here's a big one for us. If no lightweights, heavyweights, or super heavyweights are rolled, all faces on dice will be incremented 3 times. For each unique numeric that is rolled, increase the value of all numeric faces by 15%. That's going to be huge too. So there's a 35, 32, because we're going to get all sorts of different values, at least for a little while. So 15%, so the value of those should be up. There's 100, 166, 113, 110, 114. Yeah, these numbers are going to get big. Plus these are all going to hit 99 before we know it. Here's another one. Add 10 dice with numeric 1 on every face. Yes, because as we roll those are also going to go up a lot. So the value of things is going to get crazy. We're already consistently getting in the hundreds of thousands, and those numbers are going up fast. These are all going to be 99 soon. Here's also attach 3 times reroller to all 6 sides on a die. So we'll just throw that on any old one. We're going to add a die with all of those numbers on it as well. That's just going to pop up there. Again, this one, if no lightweight, heavyweight, or super heavyweights are applied, the value of all dice will be increased by 200%. That's just a flat bonus. Reduce the number of rolls required to gain free shop refreshes by 50%. We need another $300,000 for that. Done. So we'll throw that up there. I kind of like this build we have because it's really simple for me to keep track of. We just need face value. Nothing else really matters. Oh, this is a good one too. The value of all yahtzees will be increased by $1,000. 1,000%. I believe a yahtzee means 5 of a kind. We're going to have 5 of a kind quite frequently. So let's slap that down. And is that correct? There's 2.1 million, 3.7 million, 2 million, 2 million, 2 million, 3.7. It's working. Okay, so I'm going to hone in here and make good choices because I've sort of just been screwing around so far. We're going to add a die with 77 across every face. That'll jump up to 99 real quick. Don't know if anything else there is of use to us. This one's good. When a numeric face divisible by 11 is rolled, it will be rerolled 2 additional times. So that's all of them. They're all 99s. So we'll reroll some more, looking for the good stuff. 1 free shop refresh actually is cheaper and worth it. I'm trying to decipher this one. If the most commonly rolled numeric is also the only rolled numeric, the multi-numeric multipliers will be multiplied by the most common number occurred an additional time. Yes? Does that mean what I think it does? Well, there's 8.4 million, 5.4. I don't know if that factored in or not, but we're making a lot of money. I really got to pay more attention to these. I've been overlooking this. Add 2 dice with the numeric 1 in every face. We're going to do that again. We're going to add another 10 die. So we got lots of die. Those will all jump up to 99 and they'll all yahtzee each other, I think. We're going to add 1 die with 77s all over it. We're also going to add another 10 die with a numeric 1. So we're making a good investment in the future. Ooh, here's another good one. Every die in a run will be multiplied by the quantity of dice in a run. So I think that means horizontally. So if there's 10 horizontal in a row, it's going to be multiplied by 10. So we'll put that on lock. So we need a few $1 million to get there. Luckily, we're rolling up to 10 million per roll already. There's going to be a lot of numbers here. So we'll get one of those and our value should go up again. There's 10 million, 7 million, 6 million, 7 million. You get the idea. It's a big one. Oh, we need them all to bump up to 99 though first, I think. Which shouldn't take long. In fact, I think they're getting there. They're just pure 99s across the board. I guess multipliers work. We put a 3 times multiplier in any old thing. There's another 10 die that are only 1. And then we keep rolling. 10 million. We're averaging about 7-8 million per roll right now. So we're really just looking for good passives. Kind of like this. The value of all doubles will be increased by 50% in a group effect. That's going to be enormous if that works the way I think it does. Rigged machine is what we could have used for our gambling runs. That one is hugely strong, but we'll do one of those builds next time. Steady growth is good. Upon purchase, every newly created die will start with a half incrementer attached to all 6 of its faces. That's a good one because the die will grow even quicker. Not that they need the help. but you can never have too much growth. At this point, I'm not really sure what I'm saving up for, probably just lots of rerolls and passives. We've got 2 maximum numeric dies. Those don't mean a lot to us because ours grow so quickly anyway, but we're gonna add 2 of those. I guess we can add a multiplier somewhere. This one's interesting. It costs 2.7 billion, but attach multipliers multiply the value of the dice you're attached to an additional time. So that's compounding, which is enormous. So if we add this 10 times multiplier to something, say that one, and then by this, that will be 10 times, then 10 times again. I just need to save up several $billion, but that shouldn't take that long. We are going to go through the spins pretty quickly, but that's okay. The value is going to go up and up and up and up. Then we just need to remember to stack lots of multipliers on there. It looks like we're still averaging 9-10 million, so once we hit that, the progress seemed to slow a little bit. So there's the multiplier boost. Also, we can add a maximum numeric die. Just got to save up a little bit more money. There we go. Now we're 19-30 million. We're getting some bigger rolls. All thanks to the power of multipliers. There's another 5 die that are very basic, but those will add value, especially as they grow. I don't really need to waste some money on maximum numeric die right now. There's another 10 die. That's too expensive for us to even afford right now. But it might not take long to get there. There's 20 million. We're getting very consistent rolls on this, but the growth is slowed. But another 10 die kind of will help that. Plus we have lots of rerolls to look for the right passive. Like here's a quick multiplier. That's only 65 million. That's a times 3. So that'll be times 3 times 3. So we can already afford it. We'll stick that to any old thing that will trigger once in a while. This one's the one we want. The face of all numeric faces will be multiplied by 100. However, rolled non-numeric, we're basically getting a second that. It does cost 6 billion, but it will be worth it. We're going to sacrifice a lot of our spins to get there. This will be worth it, at least I'm telling myself that. Burned through so many of our rolls to get here. Just about 6 million now. 6 billion rather. So we'll buy that. So now the value of things is going to be much bigger. There's 1 billion, 2 billion, 1 billion, 2 billion. Yeah, that's better. We also have 15 free rerolls because I was rerolling like an idiot, but we might get some good value there. Well, there's a times 4 multiplier. We'll stick that any old spot. This one's also pretty good. If no weights are applied, the value of all dice increased by 100%. That's obviously easily worth it, considering none of them have any weight. If no generators or lottery generators are rolled, the value of all dice is increased by 200% again. There's also a 10 times multiplier. We're going to zoom in so I can actually make sure we're not doubling up on any of these. There we go. 10 times times 10 times. Now we need 14 billion for our next upgrade. So there's, I think it was 6 billion, 1.5, 1.3, 3 billion, 4 billion. It really depends on what multipliers are landing right now. There's 7.3 billion. So we have more than enough for this. That's going to be much more value again and more free rerolls for us. I'm also going to add another die with 99 on every face. Not that that's particularly uncommon for us. But this might also work for us. Every die has its value increased by 1. That doesn't matter. But additionally, each die has its value increased by 1% for every time it has been incremented during this complete roll. Not sure if that really factors into us or not, but I could buy it. So we'll give that a roll. There's 5 billion. There's 40 billion. Oh, that's because that 10 went off. 10 times 10, 7 billion, 18 billion, 38 billion. We're making lots of money. Plus we still get all these rerolls to hopefully find even more. If no dice are rerolled, the value of all dice will be increased by 500%. I wish I didn't have rerolls now. I was still going to buy that because maybe some of those magically disappeared along the way. Oh, here's another 10 die as well. Actually, that's going to cost 150 billion. So let me roll a few times and we have enough. I think there's only 2 die with rerolls right now. We could potentially take those away. There's 42 billion. We need to replace them with the bottom left something. And I don't really know what that would be, but if we see something, we'll replace the rerolls. This one's really strong. Second wind, when you are down to your last roll, gain 100 more rolls. That basically lets you keep going for considerably further, and those 100 rolls are worth a lot at the end. Yeah, we have over $500 billion, so we're definitely going to buy that. We'll add another 5 dice as well. Those are only at 1s, but they will climb up quickly. Here's another one for the glue. If no glue is used, 100% more value again. So we're averaging like $30 billion a spin at this point, and that's getting high. We're touching on $100 billion a spin, and that value is going up thanks to that. We could add 10 more die. That costs $1 trillion. So we're going to save up for that. That shouldn't actually take that long to do. Yeah, that really only took a few spins, considering we're up to $1.1 trillion now. 10 more die. We need to keep it out for these multipliers too. Anytime we can add these on somewhere, they're going to make a big difference to our earnings, considering they go off twice. So we're basically squaring whatever the number is and we'll fill them when they trigger. I finally had one for 120 billion in a single spin. This one I think will also be huge. If no weights are used, all dice will be rerolled an additional 2 times. That does cost, I believe, $8 trillion. That shouldn't actually take that long to make. Plus, the more we roll, the more our rolls are worth. So it really just works out. We'll just sit here and do a few of these. Oh, $8 trillion is starting to sting though. We're down to about 200 rolls. We're going to have to eat up a lot of our rolls just to get there. But we do get 100 more at the end, which will be big value ones. Okay, we finally saved up $8 trillion. So if no weights are used, all dice will be re-rolled an additional 2 times. So there's 65 billion. Not really seeing a lot of value out of those. There's 102 billion. That didn't make as big of a difference as I thought it might. The value of all reroll dice will be increased by 50%. If we happen to make $11 trillion, we will buy that. But that's asking a lot at this point. I don't think we're going to get there. I don't think that's worth it. So we're going to use up our rerolls now. We got 40 spins left. This one's also good. On a reroll, if the rerolled face and the previous rolled face are both numerics, which they are, the value of the previously rolled face is added to the current face. So that would be 99 plus 99. I guess on rerolls, they would just keep stacking. We need 7.6 billion. We're going to run out of spins here, but then we get an extra 100. So we'll buy that depending on exactly how soon we hit the 7 billion, which looks to be right down at the end. We have 101 left. So we'll probably buy this last thing for our final 80 spins or so. I just hope this is worth it. 7.6 billion, so we got to see how much it's going to make us. Doesn't really feel worth it now. We're still making about 100 billion per spin. So we'll just let it rip at this point. 10 spins left. We're at $6 trillion though. That's really not bad at all. This one would have been huge. The value of all triples would have increased by 200%. Oh, they don't stack up anyway. That only would apply to like 5 of a kind. I have like 50 of a kind. Well, another 10 rolls and then that's it. We did not bad at all with 6.7 trillion. You can see where we were doing good. Things skyrocketed. We were doing good. Things skyrocketed again. Apparently the highest scoring roll was 90 billion. I was sure I saw some at 120 billion, but it's hard to read the numbers at that quick because I had a lot of coffee. Oh, highest scoring complete roll. That makes more sense. 150 billion.